אוקיי, אני מתחיל עכשיו, אני לא אשמע אותך, נראה לי, לא יודע, אולי כן, בוא נראה, לא, אני... אוקיי,
אוקיי, אני מתחיל עכשיו, אני לא אשמע.
to our study about Pesach. Tonight, we're learning a sikha from the Lubavitcher Rebbe, which analyzes the order of the Manishtana. There is different nuschaot, there is different customs regarding how to ask the 4 questions. The Chabad custom is first we ask שבכל הלילות איננו מטבילים אפילו פעם אחת, הלילה זה 2 פעמים. The first question that we ask is that every night we don't dip usually food even once, tonight we dip twice. The second is שבכל הלילות אוכלים חמץ או מצה, הלילה זה כולו מצה. Many ask this first, we ask this second, that every night we can eat chametz or matzah, and tonight we only eat matzah. The third question is that all the nights we can eat all kinds of yirakot, alayla ze maror, that on Pesach we eat bitter herbs. And the fourth question is שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים בין יושבים ומסובים, הלילה הזה כולנו מסובים, that every night we can eat either sitting or reclining, and tonight we only recline. So the question is why, according to Chabad, we follow this order. There is no whims, there is a reason for everything. So first we have to understand, is it in order of importance? Obviously not. Why? Because the most important mitzvah is to eat matzah. You can't even compare with the other things that we do, which is matvilim, to dip the vegetables in salt water or the other. It's not really so important, it's just a custom. That's, if you analyze what's a importance from the Torah, what the Torah says that we have to do. And by the way, it's very unique that we never have a mitzvah to eat something that we say, Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, that God, thank you so much for sanctifying us with your mitzvot and commanding us to eat matzah, first we say, and then maror as well. It's the only night that we say, God, thank you for commanding us to eat something. So obviously the part that we dip is not as important. So you can ask, oh, perhaps then the questions, the Manishtana, it's in the order of occurrence, what happens first, but we know again not. Why? Because we start the Seder with Kadesh, the Kiddush, and as we drink the first cup of wine, we recline on the left side. So again, we're not following the chronological order of events. So the first question in the Chabad custom is matvilim, that we dip. Why? Why is this so important? Because it's what gets the attention of the children. Is the first thing that the children will ask. The children know that we're supposed to drink wine, that we're supposed to eat matzah, but this idea of dipping a vegetable in salt water is something a little strange. Now, we have a custom in our family that even though tradition, according to Chabad, is to use for women potatoes and for men onion, for the karpas to dip it, we use something unexpected. We use 1 year strawberries, bananas. Why? Because when you take a banana and you dip it in salt water, for sure we'll get the children say, hey, what's going on? Every year we try to keep it interesting, dip some different vegetable, as long as the blessing is Boreh Pri Adama, you can play with it and make sure that you really get the children involved, because that's the whole idea of the Seder. Veigatta lemincha. You will tell your child, and the way that you tell your children the story of Pesach is by getting them to ask a question, because just to say something to someone could be listening or not, but when he asks a question and he wants to have an answer, then for sure he will be paying attention. So you could think, oh, matvilim, the dipping in the salt water, that it's not important, it's just a minag, it's just a custom, you can ignore it. No. This is the message. Manishtana, we start the very first thing. This is so important to get the children engaged and get them involved in the Seder of Pesach. They are the most important part of the Seder, the children. And we have to prepare and make sure that we have material, we have ways to keep them engaged. Every moment of the Seder is not, for sure, the conversation of the Seder shouldn't be about politics or about viruses or about anything negative, but even words of Torah should be words that engage the children, that gets their attention, and obviously they have to prepare before. We have to make sure that they have what to say. So when a Jewish child, even though he learns Torah and he prays every day, if he doesn't follow the minagei Israel, the customs of the Jewish people, is lacking on something fundamental. And if the customs are what make us special, as we know that the Jewish people came out of Egypt, why? What was that kept us Jewish? They dressed differently, they kept their Jewish names, and they kept the Jewish language. That's what made them Jewish. That's what God said, oh, look at them. They treasure so much their identity. They were not mitzvot, what you just mentioned. To dress like a Jew, to speak Hebrew, or to use Jewish names are not mitzvot. But that was enough for God to say, oh, they appreciate their tradition. I have to make them a nation. And that's the importance of minagei Israel, the customs of the Jewish people. As we say, minag Israel Torahi, that the customs that we have are part of the Torah. Now, the question is asked, how do we make sure not just to tell the children the story, but to make sure that they also will have children and grandchildren, that they participate in a Seder of Pesach. In the morning, the class we had was all about energy. When you do something and you're invested and your all energy is on this and you're passionate about it and you enjoy it, then your child will say, oh, this is something worthwhile. Like you ask most people what sports team they cheer for, they're usually fans of the sports team of their father. Why? Because they see the passion that he has for their team. Says, oh, I also want to experience that. If our children, we see the passion that we have for God, for the Torah, for the mitzvot, that's the best way to get them as well interested and involved, and they will get their children as well involved, and there will be a continuity for the Jewish people through the minagei Israel, our holy customs. May we all be married to have that level of energy, want to have it, and give it to our children, and God willing, have much nachat, joy of watching them follow the Jewish traditions and enjoying many Sedarim in happiness. Thank you very much.
Amen, amen.
Laila Tov.
לילה טוב, ביי.
פסח כשר ושמח.
יהיה לנו טעם טוב ללילה.
Shalom, Mika.